Fire away, Joe.
Coach, conference play is here. You guys have been looking forward to this for a long time. One of your goals is to win the conference. It starts here against Southern Illinois, one of the top teams. Tall challenge for the team.
Good football team. You know, obviously they've won the conference last 2 years in a row. You know, the first thing I think that stands out is they have tremendous talent. You know, I think when you've won over a period of time like they've won, that's enabled you to recruit very well. You know, when you recruit well, you probably have a chance to play pretty well. And that's evident. They've done a great job recruiting. Their staff's done a good job evaluating talent. Done a good job of evaluating players. You know, their football roster from top to bottom is very talented. Second thing I think it shows up is they're very well coached. I know that they came off of a loss, you know, last week, but I think that just kind of stirs up the hornet's nest a little bit for them boys over there. I'm sure their coaches this week are yelling at them and getting after them and all those kind of things. And you know, I think they're going to be excited to come over here and play. It is the first conference game, and there's a lot of Coach Longo's here, and Coach Longo was there. I'm sure they're saying that Coach Longo's a traitor now, and all those kind of things. And you know, whatever, you know, all different kind of ways to motivate their football team. I'm sure they're going to be, and I'm sure they're going to be motivated. They're a good football team, very well coached, and got good players. So I'm sure they'll have a lot of confidence coming over here to play us.
Can this be a statement game for your team?
I don't necessarily make one game. I don't think one game can define a football team. You know, whether it's Penn State, Butler, Central Connecticut, Southern Illinois, one game doesn't really define a football season. I think maybe it would for the fans, you know, but not us. We just line up and play the next game, and we'll worry about all those accolades and those kind of things, and who we beat and who we didn't at the end of the year.
Eric, how much will you rely on Phil this week, just from a personnel standpoint, what they do?
Coach Longo obviously was there 2 years, and they had a bunch of success when he was there, so he knows a lot about their players. He gives us a lot of insight there, and you know, we're able to get some valuable information from that standpoint and look at some of the things that they do. And you know, but you know, I think that too is they also know Coach Longo, you know, and they know that, you know, he's feeding us information and looking at what we see on film, and constantly evaluating what we got to do. And they have wrinkles. I mean, they're going to have all kind of different wrinkles this week from what they've done, just like everybody does.
Well, you have new wrinkles this week. You've been pretty vanilla first.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, we just constantly keep evolving, you know. But we're off to a good start, you know. I was disappointed in turnover, but you guys all jinxed us last week. Son of guns. I knew it too. You know what I mean? Jamie, can you believe that them boys jinxed us again? Huh? But you know what? We got that turnover out of the way, so we don't have to worry about talking about it anymore.
Coach, do you think you need, I mean, you run the football tremendously. Any concern of not throwing the ball down the field a little bit?
You know, I mean, we can, you know, and we've got it in there. We just haven't had to call it yet. So we've tried to take a couple shots down the field. What happens is you know, they keep on giving us a different look than we anticipated having, you know, because we're trying to put pressure on us or something, so we changed the play. But we got some plays that'll go down the field, and they'll be coming up.
Coach, you've touched on this before, but how do you allow the guys to embrace the magnitude of the conference opener, Southern Illinois, big home game, but also treat it as just another game?
I mean, you know, it is just another game. I mean, you know, if you can't get ready to play these guys, you're in the wrong profession, wrong business, you know, as a player. And I mean, they're the champs. At the end of the day, they're the champs. They're coming here to play here, and we have an opportunity to line up and play against them. That's all it is, you know. And we haven't beat them. We haven't beat them in a long time. We beat them one time. The last 7 years, 2006, we beat them. You know, since then, they've had our number. Coach Lennon, he's undefeated against Youngstown State. You know, good football coach. He'll have his team ready to play.
Coach, they squandered a huge lead in the second half. What happened as you watched the tape?
You know, I think sometimes, you jump out to a big lead on, sometimes you may become content, lose a little bit of momentum. You know, there's so much parity in college football. Like you've heard me say before, you got to play two halves. And I can be willing to bet that they're talking all week about finishing. So they're going to talk about playing four corners, playing the second half, finishing. So when they come out at halftime, they're going to be sky high. So we're going to get their best shot, and I would expect that from the champion.
Coach, as you try to come here now and rebuild this program, do you view Southern Illinois as that's where we're going to be someday? That's where we aspire to be as you try to go out and beat them this week?
I think when you look at the conference, that they're definitely one of the elite teams, and I kind of use them as a comparison as far as where we are and where they are, and in a lot of aspects, from what they do in recruiting, who they recruit, what areas they recruit, looking at what they're doing schematically, how many players they sign in the NFL, free agent contracts themselves, all those kind of things. Because, you have to compare, they're a champ, and schools like them in northern Iowa and schools like that. So we have to constantly evaluate is where's Youngstown State at and where are they? And, we got to get back to being one of those teams that people are chasing right now. I mean, they're not chasing us, we're chasing them.
Can you talk about their quarterback, what he